Hi everyone! Tonight I wanted to talk to you about my top tips for helping to boost your immune system. And ironically, this is coming from a naturopathic doctor who is just getting over a really bad cold. So I wasn't following my own advice that I find works really well for people. So lesson learned. For those of you who are joining me on replay, thanks so much for watching. My name is Jennifer Hessler. I am a naturopathic doctor in Port Elgin, and I have 3 little kidlets as well, so I know what it's like to be a busy mom. As a naturopathic doctor, I see how important it is to eat well and to exercise and to manage our stress. And as a busy mom, I know how challenging it can be to do that. So my mission is to help people figure out how to do those things in a time-efficient, evidence-based, as easy as possible way so that they can feel their best. So like I said, tonight I'm going to talk about what you can do to keep your immune system boosted. The first thing that I always recommend to patients is that they need to get their vitamin D checked. Pretty well, all of my patients, either I'll run it for them or they will get it done through their family doctor. And it is something that consistently I see is really, really low. It's just a factor of where we live. It's really hard to get vitamin D from food. We make it from exposure to the sun, and always say we live in Grey Bruce for a reason. It is very gray here in the winter months, and we really only have about 4 months out of the year maybe where we can get enough exposure to sunlight. And during that time, many of us are working. We, for good reason, wear sunscreen, so we really don't get that much of an opportunity to make it. And then the rest of the year, we're covered up, the sun is further away from us, and it's cold, so we're staying indoors. So it's an epidemic of low vitamin D levels. Of the hundreds of patients that I've checked, only one person I've ever seen be high, and that person wasn't even supplementing. It was another health-related issue that was causing that. So it's really, really important to make sure that our vitamin D levels are optimal. Vitamin D helps to keep our immune system boosted, which is why I'm talking about it tonight. It helps to reduce inflammation in the body, which is a big factor in a lot of chronic disease. It helps to get calcium into our bones, which is obviously important for preventing osteoporosis, and it also really helps our mood. So this time of year, when I'm checking vitamin D levels, I know that without supplementing, patients' levels are only going to go down over the winter. And that's partly why a lot of people experience seasonal affective disorder. But it's not even, I check people who go south for the winter, and when they come back, they can still have low levels. So it's not like a little bit of sunlight makes up the difference. So I believe it's really important for people to get their vitamin D level checked. Once I know where it is, then I can calculate how much they should be taking and make sure that they're getting enough to get optimal levels. And in my opinion, I obviously can't say over Facebook Live how much everybody should be taking, but I really don't think that 1,000 IUs is enough. At least that's not what I see from my clinical experience. We need to get more. And I personally take, I skip a day here and there, but 4,000 to 5,000 IUs up until the last few weeks, which I think is partly why I got sick. The second thing that I think is really important is to make sure that you're taking a probiotic. So there's tons of research happening now about the importance of our microbiome, which is the balance of the bacteria that's in our digestive system. It's estimated that we have 300 billion bacteria, which is huge, and that's where most of our immune system is centered. So there are lots of things that can disrupt that immune balance. Things like taking antibiotics for sure is a huge one. The foods that we eat, like they've shown studies that by eating junk food like fast food restaurants disrupts the type of bacteria that's in the gut. And then also getting sick, like if we get food poisoning or different digestive illnesses, that can throw off the balance too. So there have been studies that have shown that by taking a probiotic regularly, it helps to decrease the incidence that we get sick, and it also helps us to recover more quickly when we do get sick. My third tip that I think is really important is to make sure that we're getting adequate sleep. And I know that's where I really fell short in the last couple of weeks. I was traveling and visiting friends and trying to fit lots in, and then I came home and there were lots of personal and work commitments, and I was burning the candle at both ends. And then I think it was standing out in the rain at the Santa Claus parade in Southampton that did me in on Saturday, because I woke up Sunday morning not feeling so great. So thankfully, now I'm on the mend. I've started taking my vitamin D and my probiotic again, and I'm in my pajamas because I am going to go to bed earlier tonight, but I've been meaning to do this video all day today, and I really wanted to do it before I headed to bed. So I'm sharing this information so hopefully you can take this advice and keep yourselves healthy over the holiday season. Do as I say, not as I did, do as I'm going to do now moving forward. So I hope everyone has a wonderful night, a good sleep, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.